Thank you, Greg. Tensions between China and the U.S. are rising as Taiwan officially confirmed the presence of U.S. troops on its islands in the Taiwan Strait permanently. The Daily Express reports China's accelerated military exercises in the Taiwan Strait motivated Taiwan to build up its defensive abilities. The troops on the ground are reportedly special forces. Taiwanese Defense Chief Chu Ku-cheng defended their presence, saying, "We need to communicate with our allies, whether it is a team, a group, or a country. We can learn from each other to see what strengths we have. This is a fixed thing." Chu's statement is the first official confirmation of the long-term nature of these activities. According to Taiwan's United Daily News, the Green Berets are now permanently stationed at bases on Taiwanese islands just over a mile from Chinese shores. The United States Indo-Pacific Command has requested an additional $11 billion from fiscal year 2025 to fund programs not included in the Pentagon's official budget request. The request aims to enhance defenses in the Pacific due to China's increasing military expansion and aggressive activities in the Indo-Pacific region. The unfunded priorities list includes major construction projects, classified space programs, and efforts to bolster ammunition services. The request is notably larger than in previous years, reflecting a strategic shift toward countering China's growing threat. The funding request faces uncertainty as far as approval and allocation, considering Congress's capped defense budget and ongoing fiscal concerns. National security officials held a closed-door briefing for some U.S. senators on Wednesday involving the Chinese-controlled social media app TikTok. Members of the Commerce and Intelligence Committees reportedly were informed about the threats that could impact the 170 million American users if the Chinese Communist Party continues to control TikTok's parent company, ByteDance. Two of the senators that received that briefing were Republican Marco Rubio of Florida and Democrat Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut.
Every technology company in China, under Chinese law, has to do whatever the Chinese government tells them to do.
There is no reason for TikTok to be owned, controlled, manipulated by the Chinese Communist Party.
The Senate is now considering how to move forward on the measure passed overwhelmingly by the House last week, calling for ByteDance to sell its controlling interest in TikTok within 6 months, or the app would face a total ban in the United States. According to Axios, the Senate's next move will likely be to hold a hearing about the threat posed by TikTok. Also on Capitol Hill Wednesday, the House Committee on Agriculture held a hearing about China owning hundreds of thousands of acres of American farmland. Governor of South Dakota Kristi Noem testified as a witness and spoke of a request from China to visit her state to tour processing facilities and farms this past summer.
We declined all of those meetings, but just within days we received a phone call from the State Department telling us that those were Chinese spies. They were there to steal our intellectual property, to steal our genetics, and wanted to debrief us if we had met with them. Thank God we did not.
The speakers noted several cases in which Chinese nationals were convicted of stealing proprietary seeds and shipping them back to China. Wisconsin Republican Mike Gallagher, chair of the House Intelligence Committee, also testified.
So to put it bluntly, the Chinese Communist Party is actively engaged in economic warfare against the United States, and our agriculture sector is already a prime target. The governor mentioned the share of U.S. farmland owned by Chinese-linked firms increasing more than fivefold between 2010 and 2021. These are only the acquisitions that we know about.
Lawmakers were urged to pass legislation to stop enemies of the U.S. from purchasing American land. Mike?
A few of our former Biden family business partners testified on Wednesday that Joe Biden, his son Hunter, and brother James all lied about the president's involvement in their business dealings from the very start.
Mr. Bobulinski, Joe Biden has said he never interacted with his family's business associates. Did he meet with you?
He did.
In fact, are you aware that Joe Biden also met with...
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. He did
yes, go ahead.
multiple times.
The revelation stood out during the second public impeachment hearing held by the House Oversight Committee. During the hours-long testimony, former Hunter Biden business partners Tony Bobulinski and Jason Galenis both testified of Joe Biden's involvement in deals with China and Russia while he was vice president. Hunter Biden did not attend Wednesday's hearing after testifying at a closed-door deposition back in February in which Bobulinski says he perjured himself.
Here's just one egregious example of Hunter's perjury. He lied to the committee on important details concerning his money demands and threats to CFC in text messages on July 30th and 31st, 2017. He leveraged his father's presence next to him in that infamous text to strong-arm CFC to paying Hunter immediately.
Republican lawmakers accused the Bidens of netting $10 million from business deals with the Chinese, according to Bobulinski. Other witness testimony and bank records. The records also show the Biden family pocketed $24 million on foreign business deals believed to be on leveraging the Biden brand, which came with influence and power. Democrats fought witness testimony demanding proof of Joe Biden's involvement, and Bobulinski repeatedly fired back.
Did you watch him steal something?
Corruption statutes, RICO and conspiracy.
What is it? What is the crime, sir? Specifically.
You asked me to answer the question. I answered the question.
No.
RICO, you're obviously not familiar with. Corruption
Excuse me,
statutes.
sir. Excuse me, sir.
Do you believe he should be impeached? It's yes or no.
You personally believe
you.
Under constitutional...
No. You personally, do you believe he should be impeached?
I do.
Okay, and you believe that because you believe Chairman Comer has proven that he committed a high crime and misdemeanor?
No, because I know that he committed high crimes and misdemeanors.
Okay.
I was involved and saw them happen.
Some Democrats that has used their time to repeatedly attack the credibility and character of the witnesses. A new documentary blows the lid off of the Go Green climate agenda. It is called Climate the Movie, The Cold Truth. The film shines a light on how an eccentric environmental scare grew into a powerful global industry, as reported by the Epoch Times. Beginning today, you can watch the documentary for free on Rumble, YouTube, and other streaming apps. It features some of the world's most prestigious names in science. In the film, all the scientists emphatically agree that there is no climate emergency and that the push to declare one is about power, control, and money. Nobel laureate John Clauser said that climate had blossomed into a major part of the world economy, adding that there were trillions of dollars at stake. Canadian economist Ross McKintrick said silencing opposition was a tool used by those in power to reach their consensus.